and here body goes to the another zone that is called parasympathetic nervous system zone. What does parasympathetic nervous system zone means? When heartbeat comes to normal, when breathing comes to normal, when your body temperature goes down. So this is sympathetic nervous system zone and this is parasympathetic nervous system zone. So 8 hours you have kept for being super active and 8 hours you have kept for being relaxed. So this is called fight or flight mode. This is called breed or feed mode. Here you are in active mode, here you are in passive mode, you are in relax mode. So here what you do, whatever the energy you have gained as a result of eating healthy meal or as a result of having good recovery from sleep, you exhaust yourself. Here what you do throughout the day, if you have exhausted yourself a lot, you do recovery here. So this is for exhaustion, this is for recovery, this is for being in active mode, this is for being in passive mode. So this is the way you are striking right balance between sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. If throughout the day your heart, your lungs, your bones, your body has gone through a lot of pressure, you have kept 8 hours window for restoring that energy. Now rest of the 8 hours. Life is not fixed. As a student, if you have exams, so in exams you cannot decide that you will study for 8 hours only. Sometimes you will have to study for 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours. And on the other hand, if you are a working person, sometimes you will have to do overtime in office. If you are in household activities, sometimes you have guests, so you will have to be extra active and alert in your house. For these kind of uncertain things, we have kept rest 8 hours for right balance. So like if you have your exams and for 2 3 months you have decided that you will study for 12 hours or 14 hours, or if you have a lot of work in your office, you have decided that you'll have to do 2 or 3 hours overtime or 4 hours overtime, or if you have a guest in your house and you know that now you have more household activities to deal with, it may increase 2 3 hours of exhaustion. So we have kept rest 8 hours for these kind of uncertain things. So as a student, if you have to study for 12 hours, so it means that you have to put 4 hours extra for intense focus. So from this rest of the 8 hours window, you take that 4 hours off. Now you have left with 4 hours. So for these 4 hours, what you have to do, how will you use these 4 hours? These 4 hours you use for recovery in a different way. So like if you are doing 4 hours overtime in your house, because of guests in your house you have more hours of exhaustion. So here if we take that 4 hours extra you are working in those few days, 4 hours you spend in being extra alert, so still you have 4 hours. So these 4 hours we have kept for that kind of unwanted conditions where you will have to work extra, where your body will go through extra exhaustion, when your body will be in sympathetic nervous system zone for more than 8 hours. Then in these 4 hours what you have to do, you have to indulge yourself in some creative activities, or you have to focus on some good time pass, like spending time with your family, going out for dine with your family, having round table dinner with your family, having conversation with your children, having conversation with your parents or your spouse, or having conversation with your friends, going out for movie, going out for walk, or watching some movie, or being in silence, or doing some physical activity like weight training, yoga, meditation, swimming, running, walking, so that these 8 hours you can use as a me time where your full focus is on your own self, where you want to restore the energy in a different way, where you want to just keep all the hectic aside and you just want to focus on relaxing your body, brain, and soul. So 8 hours for intense focus, 8 hours for sound sleep and perfect rest. We have different phases in sleep, that is called REM and non-REM. The REM is rapid eye movement, when your brain reprograms it, when you see dreams, and it takes 20 to 25% of your sleep. Then the rest part is called non-REM, where you experience light mode of sleep and deep mode of sleep. So this is the way your sleep cycle goes. This is the way you can maintain good balance in your life. 8 hours for intense focus, 8 hours for sound sleep, and 8 hours for striking balance between being in active mode and being in passive mode. Sometimes if you have a lot of workload, then you have 8 hours window left for you. You can take some hours from there that you can invest in your work and study and that extra load you have, and the rest of the hours you can use for recovery from the exhaustion you go through as a result of those extra endeavor. The same thing we do in yoga session. We practice asanas and then in between we go to shavasana. So when we are practicing asanas, we are taking our body to sympathetic nervous system zone, and then again we are lying down on our back, that is called supine position, supta sthiti, shavasana. We are restoring the energy, we are checking our heartbeat, lungs and spinal cord. Once these three body parts are safe, then again we are ready for taking our body to sympathetic nervous system zone to exhaust it. So in yoga session what we do, we exhaust our body, we restore the energy, exhaust our body, we restore the energy, and this is the way we try to balance between the warm up and cooling down of our body. In Hindu religion, there are three gods: Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. These three gods are considered as a leader of all the gods. God Brahma is responsible for creation, generation. God Vishnu is responsible for organization and management. And God Shiva is responsible for destruction of bad elements in the society. Brahma is responsible for generation, Vishnu is for organization, and Shiva is for destruction. God, God. So we call it God also. So this way you can say full form of God is generation, organization, and destruction. What do I mean when I say Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh? That in every human being there are three elements that are called Brahma element, Vishnu element, and Shiva element. In Western world, you call it endomorph, mesomorph, ectomorph. In Ayurveda, we call it Vat, Pitta, and Kapha. In Nadi Shastras, we have three prime nadis: Ida, Pingala, Sushumna. So these three gods, Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiv, represent a human body. How? When you are intensely active in your work, I told you about the 8 hours of being fully focused in your work, your Shiv Tattva becomes active when you are intensely busy in your work. And when you are in sound sleep, when you are sleeping for 8 hours, your Brahma Tattva dominates your body. And when you work on striking right balance between the Shiva Tattva and Brahma Tattva, then the Vishnu element starts taking place in your personality. So this way, every human is replica of Shiva Tattva, Vishnu Tattva, and Brahma Tattva. When the Shiv Tattva is dominating, the heat dominates your body. Why? Because when you are focused in your work, you keep all the, so what is the responsibility of Lord Shiva? To destruct negative things. So when you are focusing on your work, you keep all your personal problems aside, your laziness, your family oriented problem, your personal problem, your social problem, or whatever problems you have, you keep all these problems aside and you just focus on that work, that I have to get this work to be done. So your Shiv Tattva is dominating your personality. You are killing all the negative energies aside and you are focusing. The heat in your body is helping you to get your work done. When you are sleeping, your Brahma Tattva is dominating your body. What is Brahma Tattva? The cooling system of your body. And the creative intelligence takes place and you get creative ideas. History is galore with the instances when people said that they got innovative ideas in their dreams. I give you example of Einstein. Einstein said that when he developed theory of relativity, he got that idea from his dreams. And Niels Bohr, who designed the structure of atom, on the basis of that structure the atom bomb was designed. He got that idea in his dream. So dreams are that magical, and you get dreams when you sleep. And when you sleep, your Brahma Tattva, creativity, creation, generation, helps you to get creative ideas, and this way your creative intelligence also increases. If you know that today, instead of being 8 hours busy in my work, in my study, in my household activities, I spend more time than 8 hours. It was for 12 hours, 13 hours. So, what do you do? If you have given 4 or 5 hours extra time at work, then you know that you have a one more window of 8 hours from where you can recover. So, from the Vishnu Tattva, that takes 8 hours of your life, you know how to balance it. So how will you balance? If you have given some extra time in being active, then remaining hours, what you will do, you will keep yourself engaged in some relaxing activities. I told you about the spending time with your family, talking to your friends, your family, your children, and having a meal with your family, going out for movies. So what you are doing, you are striking balance between your professional and personal life, and here you are developing the Vishnu element of your personality. So when all these three elements will work properly, the Vata Pitta Kapha will get balanced, and you will have a healthy life, and you will be able to maintain a right balance between your professional and personal life. Here comes one more thing. If you will not keep these things in consideration, that you have to maintain this 8 hours window, 8 hours for intense focus, 8 hours for rest, and 8 hours for balance between intense hours and relaxing hours, then you may have problem in future. How? If you are spending most of your time in being active mode, in studying for hours, for 15 hours, 16 hours, in being office for 16, 17 hours, in being busy in household activities for 15, 16 hours on, and not taking care of your body, then heat will dominate your body. That is called pith element as per Ayurveda. So once the pitta increases, that is called pitta dosha. If pitta dosha will increase in your body, then you may face some medical conditions. What kind of conditions? Hypertension, hyperventilation, high blood pressure, anger issues, restlessness, acidity, arthritis, soreness in body, pimples, eczema, psoriasis, and red rashes in your body. If you will be active for 14 hours, 16 hours every day for years, and will not focus on proper rest and restoration, then these problems may take place in your body. Opposite to it, if you are spending a lot of time in restoring the energy, like throughout the day you are doing nothing, no physical activity, you are in house only, you are lying down on the couch watching television, scrolling your phone, killing your time in social media, eating junk, and no physical activity, most of the time your body is in parasympathetic nervous system zone. So this is also not good. If you will be in relaxed mode and restoration in parasympathetic zone for 15 hours, 16 hours for years, then the different type of medical conditions will take place in your body. Obesity, low blood pressure, apnea, insomnia, problem of snoring, hypoventilation, thyroid imbalance, heart disease, cholesterol, oxygen deficiency in blood, anemia. So these things can take place in your body. So excess of everything is bad. So if you are in sympathetic nervous system zone most of the time and not taking care of restoration and relaxation or sleep, or opposite to it, if you are in parasympathetic nervous system zone, not being physically active, the both things are bad. You have to strike right balance between active mode and passive mode, between sympathetic nervous system zone and parasympathetic nervous system zone, and for that you have to keep 8 hours window. And in yoga we learn how to exhaust ourselves systematically. how to restore ourselves systematically, and how to strike right balance between sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system zone. Yoga focuses on parallel line concept, proper exhaustion, proper restoration, taking your body to sympathetic nervous system zone and taking it down to parasympathetic nervous system zone, giving pressure to heart, lungs, and spine, and releasing that pressure. And this way, when you practice yoga, the same thing reflects in normal life, and your life also becomes better. So this is the way yoga is related to our life, and these are the elements that are part of yoga practice, and the same thing you can do in your normal life. And some people, they don't practice yoga, but some or other ways they have established balance in their personal and professional life, and they know how much time they have to spend in sleep, how much time they have to spend in being active, how they should eat, what they should and should not eat, how much water they should drink. So some or other ways they have strike right balance between all these things. So this way, even not being a yoga practitioner, they are some or other ways doing yoga in their life. So this is the way yoga is related to our life. And just think about this, and if possible, apply these things in your life. And if you don't practice yoga, take some time, and if you can start practicing yoga, practice yoga, take best benefits out of it. And if you like something about yoga, accept it. If you don't like anything about yoga, reject it, but don't ignore it. With this motive, let's wind up this video, and I'll get back to you with some other information on yoga in some other video. Thank you.